Those who dare to fail miserably can achieve greatly. We need men who can dream of things that never were. Things don't just happen. They are made to happen. Great crises produce great men and great deeds of courage. I'm an idealist without illusions. Do not pray for easy lives. Pray to be stronger men. Victory has 100 fathers and defeat is an orphan. Forgive your enemies, but never forget their names. Leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. One person can make a difference, and everyone should try. The time to repair the roof is when the sun is shining. The ignorance of one voter in a democracy impairs the security of all. We must never forget that art is not a form of propaganda, it is a form of truth. A man may die, nations may rise and fall, but an idea lives on. The life of the arts is a test of the quality of a nation's civilization. The greater our knowledge increases, the greater our ignorance unfolds. When power leads man toward arrogance, poetry reminds him of his limitations. Time and the world do not stand still. Change is the law of life. I was born an American. I live like an American. I will die an American. The supreme reality of our time is the vulnerability of our planet. The one unchangeable certainty is that nothing is certain or unchangeable. Let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate. Mankind must put an end to war, or war will put an end to mankind. Conformity is the jailer of freedom and the enemy of growth. We must find time to stop and thank the people who make a difference in our lives. The rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man are threatened. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. If a free society cannot help the many who are poor, it cannot save the few who are rich. Children are the world's most valuable resource and its best hope for the future. There is, in addition to a courage with which men die, a courage by which men must live. We cannot negotiate with people who say what's mine is mine and what's yours is negotiable. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed and no republic can survive. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. A man may die, nations may rise and fall, but an idea lives on. Ideas have endurance without death. If we cannot end now our differences, at least we can help make the world safe for diversity. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. Let us not seek to fix the blame for the past, let us accept our own responsibility for the future. A boy spends his time finding a girl to sleep with. A real man spends his time looking for the one worth waking up to. A nation that is afraid to let its people judge the truth and falsehood in an open market is a nation that is afraid of its people. If art is to nourish the roots of our culture, society must set the artist free to follow his vision wherever it takes him. Just because we cannot see clearly to end of the road, that is no reason for not setting out on the essential journey. The ancient Greek definition of happiness was the full use of your powers along lines of excellence. A nation reveals itself not only by the men it produces but also by the men it honors, the men it remembers. War will exist until that distant day when the conscientious objector enjoys the same reputation and prestige that the warrior does today. Truth as a tyrant, the only tyrant to whom we can give our allegiance. The service of truth as a matter of heroism. All of us do not have equal talent, but all of us should have an equal opportunity to develop those talents. We shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe to assure the survival and success of liberty. There are costs and risks to a program of action, but they are far less than the long-range risks and costs of comfortable inaction. Tolerance implies no lack of commitment to one's own beliefs. Rather, it condemns the oppression or persecution of others. Art as the great democrat, calling forth creative genius from every sector of society, disregarding race or religion or wealth or color. Not every child has an equal talent or an equal ability or equal motivation, but they should have the equal right to develop their talent and their ability and their motivation to make something of themselves. The problems of the world cannot possibly be solved by skeptics or cynics whose horizons are limited by the obvious realities. We need men who can dream of things that never were. In the final analysis, our most common link is that we all inhabit this small planet. We all breathe the same air. We all cherish our children's future. And we are all mortal.